Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com with a review of the second generation C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards, which is what I have laid out on the ground in front of me. Now, for those of you that have been following my channel for a little while now, you probably remember seeing the original C6 Agility shin guards, which I touted as a very good product. And I still stand by the saying of the C6 Agility shin guards. If you want the best performance shin guard out there on the market right now, C6 Agility is seriously the way to go. There's lots of other fancy carbon fiber shin guards out there, and I'm not knocking the quality in any way because there are very good products out there other than C6 Agility. But in terms of coverage, lightweight, solidness of construction, build quality, and just the overall low profile of the shin guards, there's really nothing else out there like the C6 Agility shin guards. So just to compare very quickly the original generation and the second generation C6 Agility shin guards, of course you can see the graphics are a little bit different. The original version had this kind of matte finish C6 logo on the front, and that's pretty much it. Whereas the second generation has kind of the C6 embedded into the kind of front shell of the shin guard, if you will, and it is actually marked left and right, as you guys can see, hopefully, because the lighting is a little bit bright here. The overall construction of the shell is still made from 100% carbon fiber, so that has not changed at all, and the backing on both shin guards is made from Poron, so that's not different at all. The only difference here in terms of how the shin guard is going to perform and feel on your leg is the shape, and they've improved the shape dramatically with the second generation C6 Agility shin guard to the point where I would say that this is a near perfect product. It really does fit that much better than the original shin guard, and that's not to say that the fit on the original C6 Agility shin guard was bad. It just isn't nowhere near as good as the second generation model. Just stick around to the end of the video and you will get a better idea as to how these shin guards fit when I put them on my legs, and when you actually pull your socks up over top, the shin guards pretty much disappear, which is absolutely incredible if you ask me. So I'll get this original shin guard out of the way, bring in the other one there, and just there is a look at the C6 Agility second generation shin guard. It is an absolutely incredible product if you ask me. And just to educate you guys a little bit on carbon fiber products in general, you really have to be careful with what you're buying because there's different levels of quality when it comes to carbon fiber. And just because you see the look of carbon fiber doesn't mean it actually is carbon fiber. So what you're going to get on the C6 Agility shin guards, all of their products, is a 100% aerospace grade carbon fiber, which is the highest caliber of carbon fiber that you can possibly buy. It is the same type of carbon fiber you're going to find on F1 cars, exotic sports cars, and even military jets. So this is the best of the best. There's no quality issues on these whatsoever. They're all handmade in the US, and you can see that they are pretty much flawless in how they're constructed. Even around the edges, the carbon fiber looks pretty much flawless. There's no issues with it at all, and it's just such a solidly built, well-made shin guard. One thing to note about carbon fiber in general is that it's not something that is easily mass-produced. There still is an art to using carbon fiber and producing quality products out of carbon fiber to where it's smooth, strong, and just rigid all the way throughout, whereas mass-produced carbon fiber is not always the same when it comes to quality. And like I was talking about, other shin guards on the market don't always use the highest grade of carbon fiber, and sometimes it's not even carbon fiber at all. A lot of companies use Kevlar, a lot of companies use other fiberglass composites, which are similar, but not exactly the same and don't have the same performance benefits as aerospace grade carbon fiber. Another thing to look out for is that a lot of shin guards use one very thin layer of carbon fiber and then cover that up with a kind of clear plastic or clear polymer that really gives it the appearance of a carbon fiber shin guard, but realistically it doesn't have the full benefits because the shin guard is mostly plastic. Whereas the C6 Agility shin guard is 100% carbon fiber, there's no plastic shell over top at all, which is why they are so thin. If you look at it, the profile there from the side, you can see how thin the layer of carbon fiber actually is, and most of the thickness in the shin guard comes from the Poron backing on there, which has a good amount of thickness to it. It's not overly thick at all, sorry. And the shin guard itself is actually incredibly thin, probably the thinnest shin guard currently out there on the market. It measures at 1/8 of an inch thick, which kind of converts to about 3 millimeters, which is incredibly thin. If you stack two pennies and show them next to the shin guard itself, the two pennies actually end up being thicker, which is pretty crazy when you think about that. And like I said, because the shape is so much better this time around, the shin guard pretty much disappears on your leg. So that's pretty much it as far as the kind of close-up look at the shin guards themselves. And we'll move on to a quick weigh-in so you can get a better idea as to how light these guys are. Whenever you see carbon fiber used on a product, the first thing you anticipate is a lightweight feel. And that's exactly what you're going to get from the C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards. We're going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Just keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size large. So we're going to throw it on the scale here. And you can see that they weigh in at 2.1 ounces, which is incredibly lightweight for a pair of shin guards. Not to mention the solid construction and the amount of coverage you're going to get from the C6 Agilities, making it pretty much the only shin guard of its kind currently out there on the market, and pretty much the best of the best if you want maximum coverage while still maintaining a lightweight feel. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes, and we'll take a look at how these things fit next. Alright, here's a look at the C6 Agility shin guards on my legs, and like I mentioned earlier, they pretty much disappear under your socks. When you wear these things, you'll have reps asking you if you're wearing shin guards or not, just because it's very hard to tell. In a white pair of socks, obviously you can see them underneath, but if you're wearing a darker color, it's like they're not even there, which is definitely a good thing. And I'm the first one to complain about bulky shin guards. I hate shin guards that are too big and stick out too far, so something like the C6 Agility is perfect for me just because I do get that protection and all the coverage that I need, and it's very solid protection because it is 100% solid carbon fiber, but at the same time they stay very low profile and they're pretty much out of the way completely, so that's definitely a good thing. They say that you don't need sleeves to hold them up, and I have tried to wear them without sleeves. I feel like they move around. It depends on the types of socks that you're wearing. If you have tighter socks, I guess you can get away with wearing no sleeves. But if you do want to use a sleeve or even just a little bit of tape, they do stay up pretty easily. So you can see how streamlined they fit. They fit pretty much perfectly to my shins. Like I said, they have improved the shape really well. And overall, I just can't complain at all about these shin guards at this point. It is, like I said, a near perfect design in my opinion. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like. And I'll leave you to my final thoughts. So, is the C6 Agility worth the $150 price tag? In all honesty, I think it is. It's definitely not a product that's for everybody, because I know not everybody has the money to spend $150 on a pair of shin guards. But look at this as, like I said, the Ferrari or the Lamborghini of shin guards. It is the best of the best. High quality materials, incredible build quality, incredible protection, super lightweight, super thin, and like I said, it pretty much disappears on your leg. So in terms of shin guards, it's a near perfect product. There's not much about it that I would actually change if I had to design it myself. So for that reason alone, I really do recommend the C6 Agility shin guards. And don't look at it as an investment for a $150 pair of shin guards that you're going to wear for a year. This is a pair of shin guards that's going to last a very long time, and you're going to wear for a number of years, if not the rest of your life. So that's pretty much it for my review, guys. If you do want to see some high quality images of the C6 Agility shin guards, I will leave some pictures on the review page on my website. There'll be a direct link down below in the description. If you want to check out C6 Agility's website, I'll leave a direct link in the description to that as well. If you guys have any questions regarding the C6 Agility shin guards, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you guys could leave a like on the video as well, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. And if you guys want to follow me on any of the latest social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can find links to all of those down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.